What's up, guys? Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the new project that we got going on. It is for my 95 F-250 7.3. We're going to be doing a homemade T4 kit we're going to be using VS Racing and mostly eBay exhaust pipe, bellows, T4 flange. We're going to be using all that stuff from eBay. And like I said, VS Racing turbo. I mean, it's not like it was a decade ago. China's really come a long way. Not that I like supporting China, but it fits my budget at this time. Varen from VS Racing is getting really good at copying Borg Warner's new line of SXE style turbos and the compressor housing design and stuff. He's getting really good at it, and he came out with his Generation 2, which is his new compressor cover. It's a new style. It's a Gen 2 66, 73, 91 AR housing, T4 obviously, and he put it up for sale last week, and he was putting it up for sale. He had 30 units or something like that. I think it was 30 units he had for sale, and that was it. And they were $419. So I couldn't really say no to that. So it's basically an S366 SXE, identical to it. And I've seen, not a lot, but I've seen a lot of Cummins guys, not a lot of Power Stroke guys, but a lot of Cummins guys using VS Racing for their compound kits on their 12 valves, and even some on like 24 and common rail and that sort of deal. So I figured I'd give it a shot. You know, Varen's a good guy. You know, even just talking to him, you can tell he's big into GTRs, I think. I don't really know a lot about the guy, but I didn't leave my house number for the shipping address. So he called me up and he's like, you know, whatever. And he just seemed like a normal guy, like, you know, you and me, you know what I mean? So, and that's what he's doing. He's just putting out turbos, you know, to the public that are affordable. You know, a Borg Warner in the same trim is probably, I don't know, $800–900, but I don't even think I'm going to have that into this T4 kit that I'm going to start fabbing up myself. So that's a quick introduction to what you're going to see. This video is going to be basically, I'm just going to show you, you know, the intro to what it's going to be. I'm going to explain for people that don't know why these TP38 chargers on the 7.3s are garbage. And then we're going to talk about why T4 is always better, and you know, it's going to end up always better than going with a drop-in. You know, who's going to drop in? KC Turbos as a drop-in, Beans as a drop-in. But I've heard nothing but terrible things about drivability. They're just not designed well. They don't spool worth a shit, from what I've been told. You know, so I figured, you know, I'll just build my own T4 kit and put, you know, a Borg SXE style charger on my truck, and you know, people say that's like the best design that they've come up with, and they're really good, and you'll love them. So I could have got a regular S366, not an SXE, the same thing, 66, 73, 91 for, I think a box unit's like $450, $500, but I wanted the new style compressor cover, so I went with Varen's 66, 73, 91 Gen 2. It's a billet. It's also, I forgot to say that too, a lot of Duramax guys run the same charger but in a cast wheel, and from what I've seen, it would be good for something that's daily driven, not track driven, so on and so forth, because obviously 7.3s and most guys, when they do mid horsepower builds, there's no gate, so you're not you know, managing how fast your turbo's spinning, RPM wise. Obviously, with a wastegate on this truck, you know, it's gated at 12 pounds. So only so much exhaust is getting to the turbo, and it's constantly staying at 12 pounds. So it's not spinning fast. This has a GT45, which is I think it's like a 69, 88, 110 housing, T4 or something. Just $180 eBay turbo, and it's been great. $180. So I figured VS would be pretty good, especially being a billet unit for my power stroke. So anyways, I would recommend going with a billet wheel all the time on any diesel. Like I said, they're non-gated. So with a 9.1 housing, you're gonna spool it quick and you're gonna spool it fast. And you know, with my injectors, I probably can spin it to 40, 50 pounds of boost, which for a cast wheel, it's a lot. So yeah, so we'll go into detail with that after, but you know, this is just the intro. So now we'll get into the logistics of it all. So I'll show you guys that. All right, we're back. So we're gonna go over how I'm going to kind of get this kit built together. So all I did so far is we're going to use remaining stock up pipes. Use those because obviously it comes with the all the hardware to mount them to the manifolds, so I already have all that. I think these are actually stainless too, I'm not actually sure. So we're going to reuse this section of the up pipes. Let me get this turbo off of here, hold on a second. Bastard. Alright, here we go. Okay. So that's going to be that, that's going to be that, and so Jeff at 444 Fab had he actually built his own kit as well, and he had kept the plate design for the base plate of the pedestal that bolts in these 4 bolts. He kept that as a template in case you wanted to do more. He gave me the template. I'm having my friend Matt Boudreau at 222 Built. He's got a YouTube page, go check him out. He is cutting. He's got a plasma table. He's gonna duplicate that plate and cut it. So he said that should be done soon. So that's gonna be your base plate. So I should have that. Then for the turbo oil feed, obviously, normally on the stock turbos comes out of here, drains into here. I'm actually not gonna use this drain. I'm actually gonna use where the mechanical fuel pump used to exist on these engines. So we're gonna feed up from here. Like I'm gonna drill and tap the plate, you know, whatever, 1/8 inch 27 or whatever it's gonna be. You know, the plate's gonna sit flush here and bolt here. Like I said, I'm not using that. I'm gonna drill and tap that for feed. That's gonna be our drain there. So that's gonna be the base plate. And next up, I did order them. I ordered bellows, exhaust bellows off eBay. You know, we're gonna put a bellow here. They're necessary, they really are. Honestly, you really need them. You know, obviously this is only 2 inch and you're talking, you know, an 8-cylinder. It's gonna get hot. It's gonna get really hot. And obviously, you know, heat, there's gonna be expansion with heat. So you need something to be able to let these up pipes move and, you know, expand and contract. So they need bellows. You gotta buy, and you can't buy part store bellows. You gotta buy some stainless bellows, like Vibrant sells them. I bought them off eBay, kind of like a Vibrant copy. Supposedly they're stainless steel, but so those are gonna coming in. I ordered a T4 merge. Obviously gonna go up somewhere here, and they actually have exits on them. They're 2.5 inch exits, but I'll just merge the 2 inch pipe in and weld them. and it's threaded and it's studded. So obviously, I'll have studs. You can just place the turbo right on, just put the nuts on, you're done. What else? And I also ordered some 2-inch mandrel bend. It comes with a 45, and then it comes with a 90, and then it comes with a couple straights off eBay. So I got all that stuff coming. Beren should have that turbo here from UPS tomorrow, I guess. Today's Tuesday. It said arrival on Wednesday. So you should have that. So once I get all the small stuff in, I can really start, and Matt gets me that plate back, I can really start mocking up the kit, and get it on here and get it going. I also have an intercooler. I have a cast aluminum intercooler from a 99 early Super Duty. I have steel pipes that I'm going to use. Obviously we got to wait till that's on the truck to mock up the outlet of the compressor to the intercooler pipe, and obviously the inlet to the plenums on the motor from the intercooler pipe on the hot end of the intercooler system, or the cold end, I guess you could say. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. Like I said, this is just an introduction of what I bought and all that and what's coming in. So stay tuned, and we'll get into it here more when I get all the small stuff in. So also, real quick, we'll go over what's done to the truck. So it has secondhand Rosewood Diesel 238 100s. It's got MB Diesel 17-degree modded high-pressure oil pump. And for tuning, it has a TS6 with STK Performance, Dan Kropanak. I'm sure a lot of you know who that is. Tuning on it, I don't need any more than 6 tunes, so I don't see why it's necessary to switch to Hydra. And obviously, intake and exhaust work is a given. No intercooler right now, obviously, like I said previously. And going into kind of why I chose the turbo I chose, a 66 is a good turbo, if you just want to make 500 horse, which that's really all I want out of that truck. It's got 354,000 miles on it. I want to live a little longer, hopefully, we'll see. It doesn't have studs, it doesn't have head gaskets, it doesn't have valve springs, push rods, it has none of that. Totally stock besides the injectors, though, big oil and stuff. And, it also has a electronic regulator return fuel system by 444 fab. Other than that, the motor's stock, 354,000 miles. I bought it at 273 it was off of like a farm, so bone stock. It was always sent to a Ford dealer. It always had Ford filters put on it, not that really means anything. So it was well maintained for the 273,000 miles they put on it. Once I got it, obviously I'd driven it up to 354,000. Almost 100K if you think about it. So as far as like the turbo sizing, 66 is well enough to make 500 tire. The reason why I went with a 9.1 AR is, the owner of 444 Fab has 250, 100 full forces, similar high pressure oil pump, a little bigger turbo. It's a 369 SXE, but it's a 6973. His is also a 9.1. He made 5. That truck's heavy. That truck's like 9,000 pounds. It's a work body truck, fully loaded with tools. He made 525 to the tire on the dyno, so I figured a 66 7391 is sufficient. It'll make that horsepower. So that's kind of why I went with the turbo I went with. And to recap on, living a long life, it's not going to have a gate on it or anything, which I don't think it'll be an issue. Nobody really runs gates on these trucks. They'll take 40, 50, 55, 60 pounds of boost. Obviously, if you went up to like an S400 frame, you're making more power with less, boost, you would say. Just because it's a bigger turbo, it's moving more volume into the engine. So I want to stay with a kind of a small charger, but still efficient at the same time. Obviously, it's a lot bigger than a TP38 stock turbo. So yeah, it's kind of why I chose what I chose. And like I said, it's VS Racing. It's a billet unit. It was $419 on sale on his website. It just went live last week. And if you guys want to kind of follow along with this, I'll post links to, what I already mentioned, the bellows, the mandrel bend 2-inch that I ordered, and the T4 flange that I ordered that's already threaded. It comes with studs and nuts, and it has 2.5-inch outlets on it, so you don't have to like make the merges with the pipe and everything. So that makes a lot. It's like, I think it's cast. It's cast, so that'll work out well. So yeah, so hopefully, like I said, Varen should have the turbo to me tomorrow, and I'll probably do an unboxing to kind of show you guys, show you how good he really is at building turbos, manufacturing turbos, regardless of where they're from. So yeah, so that'll be good for now. So I'll get back to you guys probably tomorrow with another video, an update on the turbo. Until then, I will see you later.